Can you give us a little Homer, maybe?
Yeah, all right, a little Homer.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're taking a look at the talented voices behind The Simpsons and what they've been up to since joining the show.
You know, when I was cast as Bart, it was such a dream come true for me.
Jon Lovitz. The SNL veteran made his first appearance on The Simpsons in the second season episode, The Way We Was, where he played Artie Ziff, a romantic rival of Homer.
Why do birds suddenly appear? Every time you're near.
Gotta get out of here.
Lovitz was such a hit with the producers that they invited him back to play more eccentric characters, including theater director Llewellyn St. Clair and nuclear power plant owner Aristotle Amadopoulos.
Well, Smithers, how kind of you to pay us a visit.
Couldn't help it, sir. The parking here is terrible.
This man has no love for his power plant.
Be gone from my sight.
Lovitz also worked with Simpsons showrunners Al Jean and Mike Reiss on the classic animated series The Critic, where he played disgruntled movie critic Jay Sherman.
Why the hell do you have to be so critical?
I'm a critic.
No, your job is to rate movies on a scale from good to excellent.
What if I don't like them?
That's what good's for.
The titular critic would appear in a crossover episode with The Simpsons. As of this video, Lovitz has appeared in 20 episodes. Tress MacNeille. If you don't recognize the name, you will no doubt recognize her voice if you watched 90s cartoons like Tiny Toon Adventures and Animaniacs.
Did you miss us?
I hardly even know you.
We're the Warner Brothers. And the Warner sister.
MacNeille has been with The Simpsons since the first season, with her first appearance being the Telltale Head. She has done the voice of such shameless characters as Agnes Skinner and Lindsay Naegle.
Lindsay Naegle, Advanced Capital Ventures.
Oh, what do you produce?
Synergy, and books on how to cheat at bridge.
MacNeille has also lent her voice to other Matt Groening cartoons, such as Futurama and Disenchantment.
Oh, I understand, darling. On my wedding day, I also had butterflies in stomach. I shouldn't have eaten so many.
In addition to a ton of voice acting gigs from decades of work, she has also appeared on Weird Al tracks such as Ricky and Pretty Fly for a Rabbi. Pamela Hayden. This actress has been with The Simpsons since the very first episode, where she has played a slew of characters. However, she's probably best known for playing Bart's nerdy friend, Milhouse.
I hate these flood pants. Hey, they're working. My feet are soaked, but my cups are bone dry. Everything's coming up Milhouse.
She also has voiced characters such as Lisa's friend, Janie, Ned Flanders' son, Rod, and one of Bart's most formidable rivals, Jimbo.
You let me down, man. Now I don't believe in nothing no more. I'm going to law school. No!
Hayden has also done voice work for other TV shows, such as Hey Arnold and Recess. And she was the voice of Bianca the Bunny in Spyro, Year of the Dragon, and Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly.
Spyro, Hunter, don't worry. I think I know where to start. Follow me.
Maggie Roswell. After appearing on an episode of The Tracy Ullman Show, Roswell joined the spin-off show in its first season. Among Roswell's characters were Ned Flanders' sweet wife Maud, Lisa's cynical teacher Miss Hoover, and a Mary Poppins-inspired nanny named Sherry Bobbins.
Lisa, don't sit in front of that telly like a fly stuck on a toffee. It's a great big world out there.
Been there, done it.
I know. We could have a tea party on the ceiling.
Shh, TV.
In season 10, Roswell left the show because producers refused to give her a requested pay increase, which was supposed to compensate for flying from Denver to LA to record. Unfortunately, because of Roswell's exit, poor Maud Flanders was killed off due to a t-shirt cannon mishap.
Ooh, a bobby pin.
A couple of years later, Roswell came back to voice Maud's ghost in Treehouse of Horror 13. And in season 14, she came back to join the cast full-time.
Are you ready for tales that will shatter your spine and boil your blood?
Well, duh.
Harry Shearer. Even before joining the Simpsons cast, Shearer had already built up an impressive resume for comedy, having been an SNL alum and playing a member of Spinal Tap.
Do you have any metal objects in your pockets?
Yeah.
Take them out and put them in the bucket.
Coins, keys, tuning fork. musician. I like to stay in tune, you know?
The roles that Shearer has played on The Simpsons are too big to list, but they include Ned Flanders, Principal Skinner, and of course, Homer's ruthless boss, C. Montgomery Burns.
Smithers, who is this nincompoop? I've worked here for 10 years and my boss doesn't even know my name. Well, that's gonna change right now. My name is Homer J. Simpson. Ow! Son. Sounded large when I ordered it.
However, as of 2020, Shearer no longer does the voice of Dr. Hibbert, who is now voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson because of sensitivity around casting white voice actors as people of color.
Fine round today, sir. You know, I hope to be a doctor myself. It's always been my dream to work around blood.
Well, maybe this will help with medical school.
This is something that Shearer has taken issue with, believing the point of the acting is for an actor, quote, to play someone who they are not. Hank Azaria. Azaria is the voice behind a good chunk of the residents of Springfield, including Mo, Chief Wiggum, and the industrious store owner of the Quickie Marts, Apu Nahasa Pima Pedalon.
Anybody up for some clog dancing?
Why don't you try and stop me?
However, controversy struck around 2018 because of a documentary that took issue with Azaria, a white man voicing a character who is of Indian descent.
They just liked his accent. I never heard anyone say they liked Apu because he exposed the idiocy and bigotry of Americans and the struggles of the average immigrant.
Eventually, the show decided that all characters who weren't white would be voiced by people of color.
I'm perfectly willing and happy to step aside or help transition it into something new. I really hope that's what The Simpsons does, and it not only makes sense, but it just feels like the right thing to do to me.
Besides working on The Simpsons, Azaria has enjoyed success starring in live-action TV shows such as Huff and Brockmire, and he was in the original cast of the Monty Python Broadway musical, Spamalot. Yeardley Smith. Now we're getting to the members of the Simpson family.
When I get married, I'm keeping my own name. That should probably be if I choose to get married.
The voice of Lisa, Yeardley Smith has been with The Simpsons since the days of the Tracy Ullman Show, where they started out as animated shorts.
Do I understand you correctly, Bartron? Do you wish me to release you from the helmet of evil thoughts with my enchanted space wand?
Since joining The Simpsons, Smith has been making occasional appearances on sitcoms such as The Mindy Project and The Big Bang Theory.
How about doing deliveries for a florist?
That seems acceptable.
Do you have your own car?
I don't drive.
Of course you don't.
She has also been busy with side projects such as a one-woman show where she opened up on personal issues such as her struggle with bulimia and a true crime podcast called Small Town Dicks. Nancy Cartwright. Many people are surprised to find out that the voice of Bart Simpson comes from this unassuming lady.
Have a favorite lines? I mean, Bart's had so many great lines. Are there any that stick in your head like...
Oh, totally. Well, my favorite one is, "Hi, I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you?"
Before joining The Simpsons, Cartwright lent her voice to several animated shows in the 80s, including Richie Rich and Snorks. In addition to Bart, she has voiced other characters such as Nelson Muntz and Lisa's dim-witted classmate, Ralph Wiggum. Who could possibly be the funniest character on the show?
My cat's breath smells like cat food.
She has also continued to do voice work on several shows, including Rufus, the Naked Mole Rat on Kim Possible, and taking over the role of Chucky Finster on Rugrats from Christine Cavanaugh.
Did you hear that, guys? Kimber and me are getting library cards.
What's a library card?
I don't know.
Julie Kavner. Before playing Marge, Kavner played Rhoda's sister on the Mary Tyler Moore spin-off, Rhoda, and later was a performer on The Tracy Ullman Show.
I have a fear of spiders.
All right, well, that's a fairly common
That's
fear.
not all,
I'm sure we
Doctor.
Kavner also plays Marge's bitter, sardonic sisters, Patty and Selma, who have Kavner's normal voice done a little gruffer. In real life, Julie Kavner is as quiet and reserved as Marge.
Well, it was pretty exciting. But celery soup's pretty exciting, too.
Somewhat reclusive, she refuses to be photographed at work and rarely gives interviews.
Part of the reason that I really wanted to do the movie, besides working with Nora Ephron, of whom I'm a big fan, was getting a chance to do something that I will never, ever do in my own life.
Speaking with the New York Times in 1992, she claims that she doesn't let close friends see her house. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Dan Castellaneta. If there is a beating heart of The Simpsons, then it's got to be Dan Castellaneta. Like Julie Kavner, Castellaneta was on The Tracy Ullman Show, where he first played Homer Simpson.
Do I smell cookies? Where's the cookies?
They're all gone, the whole batch.
Somebody ate those cookies.
Did you eat the cookies, Maggie?
Castellaneta originally based Homer's voice on Walter Matthau, but after a few seasons, he changed it to the voice we hear today.
All the time wondering, how does he do it? Well, I'm going to tell you.
Among the hilarious characters Castellaneta plays include Abe Simpson, Krusty the Clown, and groundskeeper Willie. Castellaneta has done tons of voice acting work on other cartoons, including Hey Arnold, where he was Arnold's grandpa, and he's also made several appearances on live-action TV shows over the years.
The operation went pretty smoothly, but once I got in there, the appendix wasn't so inflamed.
I knew it.
Who's your favorite Simpsons voice actor? Let us know in the comments.
Is this episode going on the air live?
No, Homer. Very few cartoons are broadcast live. It's a terrible strain on the animator's wrist.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.